So welcome back to the day 4 of our 50 days challenge, and today we're going to discuss about row major and column major, and we're going to solve one problem on lead code, which is house robber problem. So it is a very basic problem and it contains some aspects of dynamic programming also. I will tell you what dynamic programming actually means, and let's see how we're going to proceed in this video. So without wasting any time, we will start this video. I hope you are enjoying this 50 days challenge. So till 3 days we have just covered the basics. Now we are just trying to move forward to some sort of basic concepts in data structures and algorithm, and also to cover some sort of basic technicalities related to it. So keeping on the tradition to solve one problem on our competitive platforms, we are going to choose today lead code for that, and we will solve one problem on house robber. So let's without wasting any time, let's start this video. So we have just arrived in a row major and column major. I just found of that interest so that you also got to know about the basics like row major and column major. This sounds very much complex, but they are very much easy, and you can also understand it in a very simple way as possible. So I will try my best to make you understand this concept. So it is nothing but it's a 2D array representation. So previously we have discussed about the matrices. So let's see what we got. Okay. Okay guys, now we're gonna start with the video. So I hope that cast is visible to you. Okay, so as we all again understand, like when we talk about the matrix stuff, okay, when we talk about the matrix, we represent matrix in like this way. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's take 13 and 15. This is a simple matrix and it's a 3 by 3 matrix. It's a normal matrix which you also can understand in an easy way. So talking about row major, let's consider this as a memory. I'm drawing this memory. So as there are 3 into 3 9 elements in it, so I will draw it in a way so that it contains 9 elements. So now what we will do, first let's suppose my B stands for base address. Let me tell you some technical terms. Let B is my base address. So now my base address starts from 100. It is 104, it's 108, it's 112, it's 116, it's 118, and no, it's not 118, it will be 120, and it will be 124, it will be 128, and it will be 132. Simple memory addresses. I just represented as I just considered that 4 byte contributes to 1 integer storage. So like this. Okay, now let's see. Let's take example of the 2 now. So on the traversal, when we're going to traverse through, we are just right now first focusing on a row major, what row major actually means. So first we will put 2 here, then we will put 4 here, then I will put 6 here, then talking about 7, I will put 7, 8 here, 9 here, 10 here, 13 here, and 15 over here. So how we are traversing? We are traversing like this. Got my point? How we are just doing it? So like this we are traversing in this array or in this matrix. Okay, so now this particular traversal is considered as a row major. Like what we are just doing, we are traveling through the rows over here. So how to find the address, how our computer, how our system will come to know that my particular element is here, how we will find this address. Let's suppose now the formula. Now row major contains one very major formula. We will try to derive it also. So let's take a case that I just want the memory address of 8. Okay, I just want the memory address of 8. So how much travel I have to do? Let's take example that this is an let's take a simple matrix of m cross n. Okay, and I want to traverse to the row. So we are just focusing on a row major right now. So how we will came to know, how we will just find this address that I will retrieve this value from the memory. How we will do it? So for this, first let's take example of this matrix also, this matrix only. So as you can know, what I am just doing it, first we will write the base address from where our thing is started. So we will write the B as my base address in the first inspect. Then what I will do, okay, let me take example of this particular case, like 100 is my base address. So I just want to retrieve my value which is over here, and I just want to find the value of this. So how I will do it? As we know, now there are 3 values, right? Now there are 3 values over here. So this particular thing is considered as a column value. Okay, so when I talk about m cross n, then this value, this particular value, or the number of elements in this, these are my total number of columns. So this is nothing but the n. So what I can write, how I can write it, like there is 3. So 3 I have written. Okay, 3 I have written, and I have to just multiply it with the, not right now, 3 I have written. So I just want the 8. So there will be one more element here. So after 4 elements, I will get my 8, and I will just multiply it with the size of an integer. In this case, we have 4. So when we going to compute this, I will get 100 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 4s are 16. 116. So I just got my particular address which I just want to find, which is this. Okay. So now if you're going to generalize this with the formula, then how it will look like, how this formula will actually look like, let's see. When we will generalize it, then 100 will be my base. Then here let's take a case like this is my I, this is my I, 3 actually is my n, sorry, 3 is my n. Okay, 3 is my n, and then n plus what I will just sum. What is this 1 here? Take your time and try to find what is 1. What is this 1? Okay, so if we will traverse it over here again, so this is gonna come as a result. Let's take it as an I. Okay, and this is the size. Like this we can understand, because as we know, n is my column, n is my number of columns. So what I will have to cover, this actually matters a lot. So this particular thing. Now let's see how this generalized formula looks like. Okay, so now you will see one thing. Okay, in the row measure, we have written the base address. Okay, in our example, what we have just done, we have just taken IO for that. So it will not be I, it will be J. So let me correct this thing. Okay, and this will be J. Now you will notice one thing. In the generalized formula, why we have multiplied I over here? Why I haven't written I till now? Okay, let's take a case. One more case. Suppose there is a matrix like this again, 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 13, 14, and let's take this 15, 16 and 17, and I just want to find this particular thing. Now what we will do? Now this will be your columns. So n will be your common column actually. So there are now two particular cases. So there will be 2n will be there. So what is this 2 actually? What is this 2? This 2 is nothing but your I actually. So when we will write the formula, as you can know, when we write the matrix formula, we just discussed in the previous video also. So for I in range, we write here rows, and then for J in range, we write here column, and then what we will do, how we iterate, we actually print matrix of I and J. like this we do, like this we do. So now, as you can see, as my I value iterates, so I will multiply this with the I, because as I know, to come over this element, I have to cover this particular case 2 times. So this will be determined by my I. And talking about the case of this, so this is a column value, j is my column, so that's why I will write j over here so that it is column value, and I will multiply it with the size so that I can get an address representation, and then I just come over this particular element. So to come over this element, I can use this formula so that I can get the memory of this or memory address of this particular element in a very easy way and as the very quick way as possible. So this is the particular case for which I am just pointing out right now. So this particular thing is considered as a row major. Now we will talk about the column major, what the column major looks. So before that, if you want to see how you can print a matrix again, so I can just show you. So it's a very basic. In the previous video also we just covered this particular thing, but as your demand goes on, we are here to serve you. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, okay, so it's a basics. So what I will do, just this is the column major. Soon I will just tell you what is this. Don't get hesitate by seeing this. Okay, so now there is one more thing I just want to tell you. From now onwards, I will be uploading this code continuously on my GitHub repository. So I will just ping that GitHub repository in the description below, and in the comment also I will just ping this GitHub repository so that you can even access the solution of these problems and you can easily explore the possibilities beyond this. So let's see how we can do it. So suppose I got a matrix. So you all know how to take matrix from the user. I will not tell you again and again. I will just take a static matrix over here. So like this my matrix actually look. So let's take the example of this 4, 5 and 6 and then 7, 8, 9. So for I in range, let's take matrix now. As it is a 3 by 3 cross 3 matrix, so there is no need of any sort of count over here. For j in range, like this, and what you can do, you can print the matrix or matrix. Okay, simple. You can also print it like this. You can take an empty and it will be result, and then like this. Okay, and when you're gonna print it, you can see that now it has easily done this. Okay, this is the particular thing how we just going to do this, but do this stuff. Okay, now this particular thing is very much basics. Now let's come back to again to understand how the column majors work. Okay, so coming back to the column major. Okay, so when we are talking about the column major, right? When we are talking about the column major, now understand. Let me take an example of a matrix again. So there is a matrix which is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 and 18. Let me take this matrix. Let's suppose I taken this matrix. So now let's see how it will work. So again, a memory representation of it I will just draw here. So okay, now let me put the values inside it. So in the column major, how we will put the values? First we will pick the 7 here, then 10, then 13, then 8, then 11, then 15, then 9, then 12, then 18. Now is it now this is very much different from the row major. So in the column major, what we are doing in the column major, so let me tell you guys. Okay, so in the column major, what we are doing or what we are just exploring right now, so we are just not traversing like this, we are just traversing now like this through column. Okay, so this is actually the funda of column major. So before that, before going further, I just write the memory addresses of it. So it is 100 again, and it will be 104, 108, 1112, 1116, 120, 124, 128, and ultimately this is 122. Okay, so it's very easy. So very easy now, till now. Okay, now what we will do? Okay, so it's very much in a interesting phase as possible right now. So now what we're gonna do here. So let me take an example again. So just first of all, how we will just do this traversal. This is a very complex stuff. So this is an m cross n matrix. So for m it is 3 and 3 because they both are same. So I can easily say it's an 3 by 3 matrix. So now if I want to access this particular thing, or 11 at 116 again, so by using what formula I will do it. So before that, let me take an example, or let me take an particular concept that how I will actually traverse this. Okay, how I will actually traverse this, because in that particular row measure it is easy for the traversal, but I just have to make a slightly change for the traversal of this particular matrix. So what I will do, I will first write for I in range of my length of rows, and then for j in range length of columns, and inside that what I will do, let me take an example of a result which is outside this. So I will write result dot append, and this time there will be one change. Forget about the indentation for 2 minutes. Okay, talking about this matrix, and the change will be here. Okay, so the change will be here. So how this change will actually look like? So now what we are just doing, we are doing the traversal. Let me take again 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, then 13, 15 and 18, 13, 15 and 18. Now how this will actually look like? First we're gonna fix the j, and we will just use the I for the traversal. Okay, so now j is fixed. You are noticing this, j is fixed. So you can do it in this way also. You can also write j over here so that you understand it. Okay, so how it will look like? Okay, let's make it again the same so that you will not get any complexity. So I have to fix this particular thing. Okay, I just have to fix this particular thing. I just have to fix the j, and I just have to increment the I. So this time what I will do, I will just write I over here, j over here and I over here this time. Very simple. By using this particular change, it will print it in a column measure format. So let me come to the practical implementation of it, how we can just print in this way. So it's a very simple particular thing, or if you are a programmer, then you are just seeing that like this, we know actually, no problem. If you know this thing, that I'm just creating the video for the beginners also, so that they can also come to know about the basic problems or basic technicalities of it. So okay, now let me erase this, or let me comment this. Okay, now what we will do, or what we will do actually. So firstly we will just create the matrix of it. So the matrix which we have taken right now is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 15 and 18. 13, 15 and 18. Is it okay? Now we'll create one result, and then I will create one for loop which will run let me take this as a length, and then for j in range, again the length of matrix will be considered here, and then result dot append. I will now do one slightly change which we all know. I will replace this thing. Okay, this particular thing is just discussed, we have just replaced the thing. Okay, now let me print the result, how it actually look like. So let me print the result over here. So I just written print result. So Okay, so now you know. Okay, so now this thing practically you can see how it is just running or how it is just traversing. So this is a column measure representation, right? So now let's come back to our screen again so that I can discuss the further things. So let me now derive the formula for this again. So like we have just derived in the row measure, similarly how we will just suppose I is to arrive at this particular junction or this particular thing. So how we will come? Again I will use the base address first, and then as I have to come over here, what I will have to do? First I will have to take this case. So this is nothing but my j. So this time I will multiply my j. So this time I will multiply by j, or by with whom I will just multiply this. This multiply will be done with the, as it is m cross n matrix. So this is the rows. So j multiplied by the m, correct? Like if I take this 12, so there will be two particular stuffs. So for that I just have to multiply m. Got my thing again? Okay. So now I have to reach till here. Then there is this particular thing still left behind. So what is this? What is this? So this is nothing but your I now. This is your I actually. The value of I is here, this, and then you will multiply the size. Same formula like this, only simple change or a slightly different change we have just done. So by using this particular thing, we're gonna figure out, like if 100 is this and my j value right now is at, let me say now here. So if I take the example of m, so m, this thing is like 1 2 3 3 plus 1 into 4, so it will again come out to be 4 to 4, then it's 1 1 16. So this particular thing, okay, like this we're gonna do. So you can also see this is the formula which we just done. Okay, got my thing? Okay, so here what is happening? I think you understood this problem now. Okay, you understood what is row measure and column measure actually look like. Now what we will do? Now it will try to solve our one more problem, or this is the end part of this video now, which is house robber. Now how this problem actually looks like. So let me take you to the screen of the lead code, because keeping on the tradition to solve one competitive problem, we are just taking the lead code today for our day 4. So let's see. So I'm on the lead code right now, and you are just seeing that you are one professional robber try to rob the house along the street. Okay, we are robber. Great. So we are robber. Next thing is that each house has a certain amount of money stashed. The only constraint stopping you from robbing each of them is the adjacent housing that have security systems connected to it, and it will automatically contact the police if two adjacent houses are broken into on the same night. So what is actually basically it is saying? So it is saying that you cannot rob the houses which are adjacent to each other. This thing particular you can't do. So adjacent houses you cannot rob. Okay, so you are given one case. So now what you have to do? Given an integer nums array, you want the maximum houses, or how we can say, you want the maximum money. You can understand this way. So you are given one array. So it's a num array you have given. Let's take an example of one test case which is looks like this. So you are given this particular thing. Okay, so now if you rob this house, then you cannot rob 2, and then you can rob 3. So there is first possibility that if you rob one house, then you can rob 3. But if you rob 2, let's take in case, if you rob 2, then you cannot rob 3, you can rob 1 only. So calculating the profit, this will contribute me to the profit of 4, this will contribute me to the profit of 3, and 4 is greater than 3, so it will return the 4 as the answer. So that's a simple particular problem which you can understand. Let me show you the screen. this particular thing, right? Let me show you again what is the case is here. Let take again, because understanding problems actually matters a lot than solving it, because solving it is a hardly matters, but the understanding of that problem is actually the main game. So this is the actually the array which you have just given. If I choose this house, this particular house for my selection, so I can't choose this because this will contain one security system, and if I will do the adjacent, it will just return me an error. So what I will do, I will choose 1 and then I will choose 3, because if I choose the 1, then I can only choose the 3. Talking about our next case, if I choose the 2, then I cannot choose 3, then I will have to choose 1. So talking about the overall profit, and this will contributes me to the profit of 4, and this will contribute me to the profit of 3. And as we know that 4 is greater than 3, then my answer or my output will be 4. So like this, I have to solve this problem. So let me just break this array. So talking about my first approach, or talking about the approach of solving this question as, let me take you to the case. This is the particular thing. So I will take 2 variables, okay, rob A, rob B, n and n plus 1. Like this I can write, okay, this is rob B. So I have just taken rob A, rob B, A, n and n plus 1, so that if I choose rob A, then I will have to choose n. Now I am not restricting this array over here, this array will keep on moving, okay. So what I have to do, I will have to calculate this first, not this I have to calculate. Then first, if I do this, if I choose rob A, then I have to choose to n for going further, correct. If I choose rob B or rob B, then I have to choose this particular case, n plus 1. Got my point? Like this I have to choose. Now this n plus 1 is generalized, okay, you can understand this thing like n plus 1. Now then what I have to do, I have to find the maximum of it. Simple. If my array is of 4, then I have to do like this. So let me give you the generalized now solution. So this is the problem. So again, the array which is given to us is 1, 2, 3 and 1. So now let's consider that this will go on. So now what I will to do, I will just create one rob A and rob B, and I will just initialize it to the value of 0, 0. Now what I will do, so this particular thing in which we are just break down that problem into sub problems, and we are just solving the sub problems to eventually solve our ultimate problem. This particular thing is considered as a dynamic programming. This is the basic crux of it. So what I have just done, I have created one rob A, I have created one rob B, and I have just created, they assigned both the values as 0, 0. Now what I will do, I will run this loop in the array. Let's consider this is the nums array of mine, okay. So this is the n, let me take it as n. So for n in nubs, what I will do, I will create one temp variable in which I will store the maximum of both of it. Let me consider it as a rob B, okay. Then what I will do, the rob A position will be switched to rob B position, and my rob B will become my temp. So what I have to do, this will actually, this will try to find out the maximum, and by using these two statements I will shift the pointers. You can understand this way. We will, because in the array we will actually eventually go in the further directions. So this particular statement will contribute me there, and after doing this thing, I will just return the temp in my answer, and this will actually solve my problem. So now what we are doing, we are making the use of dynamic programming here. So this is the basic approach. This is the very basic problem. So now I think you got understand how this thing is solving. So what we are just doing, again I am telling you 1, 3, 2. Okay, let me make it a dry run for you. Let's take this case, okay. So now n is ultimately this thing. So now let's see what will come in my temp. So in the temp I have to find the maximum of this rob a plus n. The rob a is ultimately 0 right now, so this will be 1, and rob b is also 0, so this will return me the 1. Great possible. Now rob a is actually the rob b, so it means they both are 0, but my rob b will become 1. Now let's go to the next case. In the temp again, we will go and finding. Now my n is this, so this will become rob a. Rob a is again 0. Okay, rob a is my again 0, so 0 plus 2, comma, this will become the rob b, so it's 1. So in the temp it will return 2. So now my rob a will become the rob b. So rob b is nothing but my 1. Okay, my 1. So rob a will become my 1, and then my rob b will become the 2. Let's go again. Let's talk about the temp again. So in the temp again we are just finding the maximum of it. Now rob a is 1, so 1 plus 3, and then this particular thing will become 2 because rob b is my 2. So when you're talking about the maximum value, like the temp is 4 now, and my rob a is 2, and then my rob b is 4. Now we will go to our next thing, which is temp of maximum. Here my rob a is 2 plus this particular 1, so 2 plus 1 and 4, and we all know this 4 will be winning here, and my array traversal is complete. So at the end my rob a will become the rob b. Okay, so rob b is nothing but my 4, and then my rob b will become 4. So like this my answer will be 4. So how we are just doing it? So when we are choosing this particular thing, so when we are just choosing this, then we are not adding up this value, we are going and adding this value, and when we are choosing this, we will add this value, and in every test case we are just to find the maximum out of it. Which will be the maximum? We will go towards it. So like this we will keep on going on till our answer will 4 as it will return. So let's quickly go to the lead code and thresh some sort of keys over here. Okay, so I think the screen of the lead code is very much visible to you guys, and let me solve the problem now. You can do with me. Let's take a raw a and rob a comma rob b. Initially we will give the value as 0 0 over here, then I will just write one in nums because nums is the list which is given to us, and then what I will do, I will create one temp which will actually store the maximum of it, and I have to find the maximum value of rob a plus of n rob b. So this is my dynamic programming initializations right now, and then my rob a will be changed to rob b, and then my rob b will become the temp. Got the thing? And then I will just return the temp. Simple. And let's see how it actually solves. So accepted, correct. We have just solved this problem. So this is a very simple problem which we have just solved right now. So I hope you got understood of this particular thing. So that's particular all from this video today. So let me see you in the next day tomorrow. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe. Now you will get the GitHub repository link down below in the description. I will ping it. You will get the codes also from today, and we are just working on the intuitions. You can just put down the questions below in the comment section so that we can create a video over that, and we will understand it. So the notes of this will also be in the description. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers. So it really matters to me even to create videos if we get a good response from you all guys. So talking about the demand of yours, we will create some many much courses and on many much topics. So like, share, subscribe to this video and share with your fellow mates. It's a placement season going on right now. So very much we are focusing on this particular stuff which will help you in cracking the good amount of placements. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you guys.